if that much. Anyway, and plus I paid outright for the phone, so my fucking phone bill's like $23 a month. It's great.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh,
Not true. It's more than that because the protection plan. I'm a liar, but
we
still.
use we use. I mean, I use like 12 gigs a month. My wife uses like 6 or 7.
Yeah. What are
But I
you
mean,
doing?
part of it is because we have unlimited, so we're like, fuck it, I don't need to turn on the Wi-Fi.
Like, but the Wi-Fi is a lot faster.
Yeah,
It's like
I like Wi-Fi.
five times the speed of the
I
5G.
like Wi-Fi. That
You know
reminds me.
what's
That reminds me of that video of the kids like, I like turtles. You're like, I like Wi-Fi.
you know what's great about Wi-Fi is that in Spanish they call it Wi-Fi.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and it's like it makes perfect sense. I don't know what Wi-Fi stands for. Wireless, obviously, but I don't know the five. Fidelity,
Wireless
wireless.
fidelity? Yeah, I don't know. Like, what is
Yeah,
wireless fiction? I don't know.
You can look it up really easy.
that's like for a while there. Radar was called Y range.
No, it is fidelity.
It is Fidelity.
Yeah,
Yep.
Huh? Is DVD digital versatile disc?
video.
I don't think it's video
It's. I assure you, it's video.
because there are DVDs that don't have video on them.
They're what? Okay, look. It says the common abbreviation for digital video disc or digital versatile disc. So
Okay, so it's
it's
Both
both.
are right. Okay.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it. Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day where one of my favorite things, favorite like the opposite of a pet peeve, like my favorite petty thing that like makes no sense to really like is when people call a VCR a VHS player
mm,
because they were never ever never called VHS players until DVD took over, and then it was because the DVD played on a DVD player, and so after the fact, people started calling VCRs VHS players, and it's just like, and you hear someone say it, and it just blows right past you. You don't even think about it, but when you do hear or when you do think about it, you're like, oh, interesting.
I'm going to push
right.
my glasses up and say, actually, a VCR and a VHS player are different things.
VCR stands for wait, don't is video cassette recorder,
Yes.
Yeah,
and VHS stands for
video.
video home system.
I don't know.
Now, what does
I don't
VHS
know what
stand for?
VHS is.
Yeah, video home system. That's right.
Oh,
But before you,
Yeah, okay, yeah,
so it's just like DVDs and Blu-ray, right? Like before we ended up getting the recording version at home, there was a version at home that just played the thing, right? Like now we just take it for granted. Oh, you can burn CDs, you can
oh, I
burn
see what
DVDs,
you're
you can burn blah
saying.
blah blah. But
Yeah,
like there
yeah,
used to be players that just played it and couldn't record. It's
yeah.
funny that they
Well,
say VCS player for everything because nobody's recording to a VCS anymore. That's
VCS.
VHS. Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's all good. Anyway, welcome to Outwit Outplay Outcast, your old media recap show. Today we're going to be talking about Betamax, which, despite what Cowboy Bebop would have you believe, does in fact degrade over time and was not a very good format.
I love your deep pulls. Cowboy Bebop. I don't
Well,
even, I like I when you mentioned it, I remember that part of the show. I remember that scene. But if you had not mentioned it, like that was just
yeah.
gone out of my subconscious.
Let me tell you, as someone who worked with Betamax and Beta DVD, sorry, Betamax, whatever you want to call it, disc, not disc, tapes. Yeah, they would not last into the 22nd century. They would not last a meteor strike or anything like that. They barely last sitting on your shelf for 10 years. They're people would like it's become kind of a meme or like common knowledge like oh yeah no it lasted those things would last forever. They had so much fidelity. It really didn't. VHS was a significantly better thing. Anyway, I still own most of my DVDs. I plan on being buried with them when I die. I am currently watching my Space Above and Beyond DVD, which apparently like that might be one of the only ones left. So yeah, it's nice. What's your guys' favorite obsolete media type?
Oh, I love my Game Boys. I fix them up. I mod them. I've got some nice ones modded up with pro sound stuff.
Which which game? I should say I'm Nick, by the way, and that's Andy, who is a Game Boy fanatic, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
Brian, who we'll get to in a second. But I got to ask the important question about the Game Boy: is which one? Like, I had the brick. I had the
Yeah.
four color black, white, light gray, dark gray brick one.
That's called a DMG because that was the model
Yeah.
number. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I like that. Is that the one that you repair and do stuff to, or you do the others?
That one is the one that is highly sought after by audio enthusiasts. Because it's a really cheap synthesizer and mixer, and it's analog. The signal comes from the cartridge straight to the audio jack. It doesn't ever go through a processor. So most analog synthesizers and sequencers are hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But you can get a Game Boy for $60, pop a $40 cartridge in there, and you've got something just as competent in analog. So like they are super sought after by that geek community.
That's great. Brian, what's your favorite
Obsolete
media?
I think it's still DVDs. There's a shitload of them on both sides of my TV here.
Yeah. And it's still good.
Yeah,
And they
I
have good
think I
features.
finally stopped buying them, like, I don't know, like a couple years ago. But other than that, I have quite a lot of them.
I concur. I stopped buying them essentially after Suncoast closed, and then what I would do is on Black Friday, I would usually wake up in the middle of the night anyway, and so I would just wake up in the middle of the night on Black Friday and go to the Best Buy and find like all their stuff that was on sale and buy a bunch of things, and I would come home with a stack like 2.5 feet tall of movies and TV shows, and I would pay like less than $100 for all of them. But I stopped doing that after a while, and I haven't bought anything until recently when it occurred to me like, oh yeah, I should get a couple next time I'm at Best Buy, and that was apparently the day before Best Buy stopped selling physical media. Yeah.
I mean,
Anyways,
when the internet goes down, I can watch a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I
No,
was going
that's
to make fun of you guys for being old, except like there's things I have on DVD that have now gone off of any streaming service I can find, or is on some obscure shit that I'm not going to pay for just for the one show.
I like, and even not even obscure stuff. Westworld. I have season 1 of Westworld, which was a huge hit. It's not on anything anymore.
Really?
They took
Nothing
it
at
off
all?
next.
They took Westworld off of HBO, all seasons of it.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's insanity. So yeah,
because the first one was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
yeah, it really was. I heard like it was a steady decline downhill.
Yes,
I wish I
it
had
was.
watched. I wish I had at least watched them so I could know, but now I can't even know. I mean, okay, there's always piracy or whatever, but like I try not to pirate stuff as much as I can. But in January, I had to watch Gigli because I was watching I went to a live show where they were talking about it, and so I had to watch it. And good lord, is that movie terrible?
That's what they tell me.
Yeah, no, and like here's what I thought. In all seriousness, I thought, I'm sure it's not going to be great, but I doubt it's going to be that bad. Like, I feel like people were just kind of like mean to it, and it became a meme of how bad it was. And I watched it, I'm like, this really does suck. This movie is awful. And it's a whole thing. And then tomorrow, because and you might like to hear this, I have recorded 4 episodes of Talkadoo, and we're going to be watching. Yeah, we haven't edited any of them yet, but we're going to be doing our Culture Club one tomorrow. No, I'm sorry, we're going to be doing our Culture Club one on Sunday, and we'll be watching Polite Society, which is a movie that I loved so much when I saw it in theaters. It was brilliant. Enjoyed it so much. And it's on nothing, so my friends pirated it for me, and I'm like, well, I mean, I just got to do it because otherwise this thing just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not actually here to talk about obsolete media. We're here to talk about obsolete reality TV shows called Survivor. Woo-woo! And the reason I say it's obsolete is because American reality shows compared to Korean reality shows, complete trash. Oh my god, you guys, Korea has it all over us on reality shows.
Really? I didn't know it was a thing
Yes.
there.
No, they have such innovative shows. So they have one called Siren Survived the Island, which is just a whole bunch of people who are basically playing capture the flag. There's another one, I forget the name of it, but essentially it's a bunch of like comedians or whatever, and it's kind of like Mastermind, where they're like, you have this is your task, you can accomplish it in any way, right? But their tasks are like, so they live in a simulated island where everyone else on the island is an actor, and so they're like, you have to buy all of the corn on the island or weird things like that. And so people come up with really obtuse stuff. But the one that I'm currently obsessed with is called The Devil's Plan. And I promise I won't talk about it too much. The Devil's Plan is on Netflix. You can watch it right now. It's a bunch of, it's like half of it is Korean celebrities and the other half is like YouTubers. And one of them is a Canadian who's a former StarCraft player and just these other things or whatever. And then one's like a podiatrist in the US. And it's a game about games. So like the 12 of them, you all have one, it's called a piece, and it's your life points. And the thing is, if you run out of pieces, you're out. If at the end of it, all the players who are left in the game, the one with the most pieces wins the whole prize. And the prize is determined by how well they do together in cooperative puzzles. And in the morning, they do a competitive puzzle where people will gain or lose pieces. And then in the afternoon, they do the other one where people work together. So imagine in Survivor, all 18 players, they're trying to eliminate each other in the morning. And then at night, it's like, well, we have to all succeed on this thing or we will be competing for $0. It's nuts. And there was like a top 10 anime betrayal in one of them. Oh, I loved it. It's great. Great show. Great show.
Sounds pretty cool.
It is. It is.
Yeah. Sounds like your definition of reality show is a little broad, but yeah.
Well, it's reality because, all right, think about it this way: like Survivor is reality because it's real people playing a game, right? Like there's no script, there's nothing. It's just
like it's always real people playing a game. That's
well, then the NFL is a reality show
playing a game. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it's very good. There was something I was going to say, but I lost the thread. Oh! I wish I understood Korean culture more because there is a lot of stuff in there about them. Like, why are you're using the familiar case instead of the formal case? And it's because somebody thought that their roommate was born in 1992. They were actually born in 1982. And so they thought they were the same age. And then it's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Things like that. I'm like, yeah, that's completely lost on me. Anyway.
I wonder if Survivor US will die out, but then Survivor will still continue in all the international variations.
It could. I mean, okay, here's a question. You might know it more because you're on the Survivor Reddit. Do other country survivors do anything innovative compared to the American? And don't get me wrong, we're not hating on the American one. We love it still for a reason. And I'm sure they're taking ideas that work in other country stuff. But is there anything that another country has done that has been introduced into the American one?
I don't know I don't know what's gone from there to here. I do know a lot of people like Australian Survivor because it's considered to be like traditional Survivor, but more hardcore. So, like for example, U.S. Survivor went from 39 days down to 27 or something, right?
Yeah.
Australian Survivor went from 39 up to 50.
Jesus.
55 days. So, like, people like Australian Survivor because it's the BBC kind of way of airing, so it's longer episodes, no ads, and there's more days, so they get more content, more depth of character, that kind of stuff. And they still do the this v that, so they've done heroes and villains and that kind of stuff. But right now, I think they're doing Titans and Rebels, so they still do that stuff in some of the other areas. So like depending on like what your brand of Survivor is that you like or what variation of it you like, there's probably an international version that you might enjoy. I know there's a BBC one. I think that's starting up last year or this year. But the main hurdle is most of them are in international languages. So like if you don't speak like Greek or Finnish or French or Dutch, then
I mean it can be subtitled. Like Devil's Plan is subtitled, except for when one of the Korean-born works in America. One of them was just like, "What the fuck?"
I mean, it's very American of you to assume that they're going to subtitle them in English just for you.
Well, I mean, if
I mean,
like
you're not
well,
wrong. I just think it's.
yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing: it's internet. We're watching it probably illegally anyway. People sub stuff all the time. I don't know if you remember a little anime called Helsing, where there would be wars in the middle of the subtitles about how to subtitle the show, like the names of certain characters.
Yeah.
Anyway, Survivor. So it's good. Yeah, Survivor is good. We like Survivor. We are back in Fiji again with 18 new people, 3 tribes: orange, purple, and green. Woo! Thoughts?
That's another reason to do a different one. I think the Australian one happens in the Maldives. So if you want a different location, you can try an international version too.
Maldives isn't real. It's a collective hallucination.
Pretty soon it won't be real. Climate change!
Oh yeah, it's just gonna go under. Uh, well, you know what we should say. What we should point out is that one of us begins this season with a point
Yes.
because the bet that you guys thought was going to be stupid and never mattered actually happened.
I mean, I still think it's
Brian,
stupid.
but it is stupid, and that's the point of it. This the whole point of this show is to have stupid fun stuff. So we have a permanent bet where you pick a player from a season, and if they ever do something problematic enough to show up in the news, you get a point. That's all it is. Brian gets a point because in this last season, he picked D to be his to take the heel turn. What happened? And I should point out that had we been doing this earlier, the other person in the story, Wendell, would have qualified as a heel turn as well. But this is a newer bet. We've only been doing it 3 seasons. Also, hands up, in that season, would you ever have pegged what's his name? Wendell.
Wendell?
Will. Sorry, I've been playing Baldur's Gate. Would you have ever pegged Wendell as the person to turn heel?
Wendell was,
No, probably not.
I don't know, Wendell was attractive and very charming, and there's always a 50-50 shot somebody with that kind of personality is going to be a womanizer. So, but I mean, in case people don't know, Dee was like going slow with Austin, quote unquote, and then it leaked out that she had slept with Wendell, who won Ghost Island, which is fine, sleep with who you want, but Wendell has a long-term girlfriend and kids, and
Yeah, yeah. And we figured, all right, yeah. So both of them would count, but like, yeah, nobody would have picked Wendell. So yeah, congratulations. And hey, you know what, D? Good for you. Yeah, but also good for us and good for Brian. Brian starts the season with 1 point, so he is in an early lead, which clearly that means he gets
Survivor
the.
Rich.
Yeah, you're Survivor Rich. That clearly though means that you get. We have to go after you from day one.
Mhm.
do you want to hear the other drama about this season?
I'm like, you can't vote me out, so it's not really.
Yeah, sure. What's the drama about this season? Is it another thing where Adam got like 8 players or something?
You remember it was season 44 when the Tika 3 won? It was Jam Jam, or Tika 3, Jam Jam won. And we had the best 0 vote finalist in the history of Survivor with Carolyn. And then there was also in the Tika 3, Carson. And I remember at the beginning of the season, before the season actually, Carson had a store where he was selling merch. There's like,
Yeah.
I've lost count of the number of players in this season who are doing the same thing.
Oh my God.
Selling merch themselves. And I don't think it's hard. I think if you're watching the videos, the majority of people trying to sell merch are also the ones who the complaint with the season, the preseason complaining, is that a lot of these players seem to want to be on Survivor for the influencer,
To be on Survivor.
the influencer follow count on their TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever, and if you watch these videos and you just even go through some of the job descriptions for these people, or the job lines, you can guess who some of them are.
Yeah. All right. That's frustrating to me because like that is the level of people who used to be on like The Bachelor and like talk about the right reasons or whatever. It's like, guys, think about it for a second. How many people have actually been on Survivor and you're like, cool, I will follow them after this show is over?
Yeah, I mean, what you and I say that, but the people who are on this who do have social media profiles do get a noticeable bump from being on it. I just think like Big Brother, one thing. It's like Survivor. If you're going to go and do it, like at least you're getting kind of punished for it.
Yeah.
Right? Like you got to go out there and fucking starve. I will be annoyed if some of these people who seem to be on there, quote unquote, just for influence points or whatever, quit. If these end up also being quitters like last season, then I'm going to say, then I'll have my hackles up. But for now, like, you know, nothing says you can't be a Instagram model, brand owner, whatever the fuck, and also enjoy Survivor and think you're going to be good at it. Those two are not necessarily mutually exclusive. But,
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of them, which is what people are complaining about. I don't care.
Yeah.
If the show's good, I don't give a fuck what they do. I don't follow shit outside of this.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair to the casting people, they know who has these profiles or whatever. So it's like they know what they're going for. They want these people on their show. So it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's symbiotic.
Yeah. I mean, does it go both ways? Does Survivor need the follows of this and that Instagram TikToker? That could be kind of interesting if they do a season all influencers and just break them.
Everyone starts each confessional with, "Hey guys."
Hey.
All right, should we start drafting then?
Yeah, we can. Shit, I go first. Is there anybody, did you guys watch anything or read anything, or am I the only one who knows anything about these people?
Yeah, I watched, like I said, 13 of those videos.
Okay.
And I intended to, but I had no time, so I didn't.
There's better people, or people I think will score more points, but my pick is going to be Q because he's obviously omnipotent with a little flick of his fingers.
Oh dear.
Very, very.
The last thing. Oh, never mind. Okay, you're making a Star Trek
Yes, Star
thing.
Trek, yes.
All right, cool. Is his first name Q?
I don't know what his first name is.
Well, I mean, that's what they said in there.
Like, I mean, is that on his driver license?
I'm sure.
I'm sure
it's
he
not.
has an actual first name.
Quintavious.
Yeah, but I mean,
his
like-
name is Quintavious.
Okay.
See,
All
that's
right,
actually
Brian.
pretty cool too. So
I would go by Quintavious. That's pretty rad.
okay, but it doesn't matter that I watched the videos because the way I'm going to pick them. Okay, so last season I started off great and then fell way behind. So I'm going to go back to my hot chick strategy, and I'm going to take Venus.
I
Darn.
fucking knew it. As soon as you started talking about going back, I was like, he's taking Venus because she's an Instagram model. Of course, you're taking her.
I wanted Venus because she's from Toronto, Ontario. Sorry,
Oh, the
Toronto, Ontario, and yeah, I was like, I'm gonna take the Canadian first round draft pick.
In her 1 minute video, she was like, "People are going to think everything's been handed to me because of the way I look, but that's not true. When I was a baby, my parents moved to Iran so I could have a good life. So everything was handed to you?
Yeah.
You're saying everything wasn't handed to your parents."
Yeah, the videos. I got tired of the videos. Every video was like, I had this rough life because of these things that happened to me in my childhood 25 years ago. And it's like, yeah, I mean, overcoming adversity is great when you're like in grade school and all, but like, I don't know, it's just very repetitive, and everybody's got the story about how they overcame the adversity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, look, we all look. There are people who have much worse lives than we do. Don't get me wrong, but everyone overcomes some adversity, right? There's always times where you're like, yeah, no, nobody thought I could do it. I didn't get into this school or whatever. So yeah, no one's life is easy. So now, I mean, hey, look, if your parents fled Iran and they came here penniless and they raised you, then yeah, all right, that's something. Don't get me wrong. That's you.
That's something cool her parents did. She didn't do anything.
Well, no. Well, also she was born in the year 2000, so like, you know, her parents didn't flee like my neighbors growing up. My neighbors were Persian. They refused to be called Iranian. because they fled to the U.S. when the Shah was kicked out and the Ayatollah took over, and then they came here with Kazim was like a not soccer star, but like he was a real ass Persian soccer player. And when Iran did all that, he was like, "Well, I'm Western educated. I might be murdered, so I better leave." And like that's something. And his kids came here with him, obviously, but it's like that's something. If that was 1970 something or rather, I wish I knew when. But yeah, the year 2000, that's different. That's different. But anyway, whatever. I'm still a little beefed that I didn't get the Canadian.
Well, you got back-to-back picks now. You can make up for it.
Yeah.
Steal something from Brian.
And there's no one from Utah, so I can't get a Mormon. So I'm gonna take Soda because I love her name, and because she is a special ed teacher, and I like that. That's cool and good. So yes, I'll take Soda. She is on Nami.
Soda is one of the few people in the videos I was like, I genuinely like this person and could hang out with them.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Now, who all else? I'm looking at some of these people. I'll tell you who I'm not going to take. Maria Shrine Gonzalez, a parent coach from Dallas, Texas. No, thank you. Like in general, okay. I was really, really into Jem Hussein Adams when I thought she was an international band mentor, but she's an international brand mentor.
Yeah.
So no, thank you.
Her name is Jamila, though, like one of the greatest actresses of our time.
Jamila Jamil.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great. She actually is good. She's a really fun and funny individual.
Yeah.
And I was surprised to find out.
Shouldn't her nickname be Jam then? If it's anyway,
it's spelled different. It's a problem with anglicizing the Indian names. The E and the A kind of sometimes sound the same. You can pick whatever letter you want.
So my filibustering is over. I'm going to take David Jelinski because I think it's funny that he's a slot machine salesman. I'm pretty sure I'm going to fire him into the sun at some point. But for now, whatever. David Jelinski.
That's not a bad pick. His video was entertaining enough. Brian.
Well, it's a good thing you changed your mind. I didn't get my hot chick number 2. I will take Jim.
Yeah.
Do you think she's outrageous? Truly, truly outrageous?
I assume that's a holograms joke. I don't get.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Sure. I'm gonna take Banu. I didn't necessarily like Banu's video a ton, but he did mention how, when he was growing up in India, he lived in the village and like a thatch roof hut and this and that. So big on survivors, like no big thing. And I was like, are you Nasir 2.0?
Oh, Nasir.
So I'm just hoping if Banu can be like 75% of Nasir, I'll just be happy to have him. I don't care if he gets voted out, because Nasir was wonderful and did really well for himself until he was like, is Nasir a threat? Maybe. So I'm going to take Banu for that. And then, what's my other one? I'm going to take Tim Spicer, the college coach. Nothing in his video is offensive. He seems just like a nice family guy that's relatively fit. So I'm going to go for that. So I'm sticking with my buff fit-ish dudes, but trying to add a little charisma into the mix. Except for Q. Right. Q's just buff.
Yeah.
Q. Well, so at Kenzie's video, she said she's a cross between Parvati and Marianne. And based on the video, I think so far she's 0% Marianne and 100% Parvati. But I'm taking her.
I agree with that. She calls herself hot and rich in the span of like 10 seconds in the start of her video.
Oh, dear. She's the owner of a salon, so yeah. I have a feeling she's got a presence.
Well, who else you got a feeling about?
Yeah. So the other one I got a feeling about is Ben Katzman, that he's also got he's in this for the Instagrams, and so I'm not going to be picking him.
I don't know about him actually. I mean, it says musician. He's more in his video, the first 10 seconds he was doing air guitar, air this instrument, that instrument. So he reminded me a lot more seafood than anybody else.
there is a different there's a difference. You know what? I'm just gonna skip filibustering. I'll take Hunter McKnight. He's a science teacher. He's in Mississippi, so he's teaching them how to bang rocks together, I guess, and make fire.
No,
He's
he's cool because based on his video, he's legitimately one of those teachers. It's like, God, teaching's awesome and shit. You know,
good for him. Okay, I like that. Actually, all right. Sorry, not to bring it back to Devil's Plan, but one of the players on there is like he's a YouTuber who just talks about science. And like in the first episode, he annoyed everyone because he was just like, "Oh yeah, I could talk about science all day," and he literally does talk about science all day. And like over breakfast, they're like, "Does anyone want to hear how UV rays were discovered?" And they're just like, "No," which for Koreans, because he's an older man, you know, like older in his 40s or whatever. For Koreans, straight up telling someone older than you no is a big deal. So yeah. Anyway,
I
sorry.
mean, that
So,
is
yeah,
the lead strat that helped Christian Hubicki win challenges, so it's legit. Just ramble
yeah,
on a filibuster about science.
yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, Hunter McKnight. Plus, also, come on, listen to that name.
He reminds me of Jake
right?
Cocaine in his video, just like happy-go-lucky kind of guy, happy to be out there, happy to be enjoying life.
Yeah, well, he is from Mississippi, so there is a chance that he might just be like, I really want to say the N word. Just give me the chance, give me the opportunity. Or not, whatever. But anyway, I'll just say he's from French camp. He's not from, and it doesn't matter. Anyway, all right. Now we got the rest of our stuff, our bets and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Best segue ever.
That was
We got other
bullshit.
stuff.
Hey man,
Yeah,
it's all
actually,
good.
so the best segue in a podcast is in Hello from the Magic Tavern, where every now and again one of them will just go like, "So what's next?" Just like they're like run out of things to talk about, so they're like, "All right, so what's next?"
Hey man, that works. Whatever keeps things moving.
Yeah,
Not everything has to be fucking elegant. Some things just have to be efficient.
Yeah.
So Brian, who do you think's gonna win this season?
What? All right, I'm going to pick a name we haven't mentioned yet. How about Jess?
Jess. All right.
Because she's older, but not over 40, so it's possible.
My note for Jess was mid. Nothing else. I kind of want to pick Banu, but I don't know his actual personality. Just because I wanted to pick Nasir. Who am I actually going to pick though? I'm going to pick Randon. I don't know if Randon's actually a legit, but I like in this video. Brandon was like, "My daughter thinks I'm going to be voted out first, so she's throwing a." As I was leaving, she was throwing a "You're number one" party.
He has no chance. He's 40. He's got no chance.
I don't know. Yeah, 40's old now. 40's the ancient part of Survivor.
Yeah.
All right, Nick.
I was again gonna take Venus because she's from Canada, but I don't think she's got it in her. I don't think she's got that dog in her. Yeah, she's got a dog, but not that dog. So
She's able to figure out how to win because she analyzes data.
I'm gonna say, based on face and name and job, let's go with Liz Wilcox. Why not?
All
I
right.
don't know.
Yeah, Liz stuck out to me when everybody was doing their video talking about how they overcame adversity as a child. Liz was like, "I was a nerd." It's like, yeah. That doesn't count for a lot. You still had a privileged life otherwise, I think. But we'll see.
I do like them nerds.
I will say the glasses Liz is wearing in her video, my wife has the same glasses, so can't be all bad.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Not here to make friends. I'm gonna say, for me, it's a toss-up between Kenzie and Venus. I'm gonna take Venus.
Damn it!
Venus ain't here to make friends.
You keep sniping me on the Venus front.
Nick, who do you got then? If not Venus.
Let's go with Ben Katzman. I don't fucking know. He's a musician. You can't trust musicians.
I love that. All right, Brian.
You know who's not here to make friends? The 25-year-old law student with the most generic sounding name ever, Charlie Davis.
I'll take that. Yeah, Charlie seemed very full of himself. Charlie seemed like the
Yeah.
guy version of Venus. All right, $1 million Deadpool. Nick, who's gonna go first?
Oh God. We haven't said this name at all, so let's go with Mariah Gaynor,
All
a
right.
28-year-old program coordinator, whatever that means, from San Diego, Ca.
Program coordinator is one of those jobs. It's like, I don't know, just fucking do some things around the office.
All right, look, here's tell me, okay, just a quick pass fail from both of you. Is this a real like is this a job that you say, yeah, that's a real job, or is it a job you're like, that's just something you made up. You're really just self-employed. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm not going to count Ben Katzman because musicians is kind of like it's different. All right. IT quality analyst, real job or not?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah. Law student.
that's not a job.
Well, that's not. Yeah, that's just he
That's
doesn't
true.
have a job yet.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so we'll give that one a pass. But if you said lawyer or paralegal, okay, cool. Slot machine salesman.
Yeah, somebody's got
I
some.
imagine that has to be a job, but I'm like, how demanding could that be? Like,
Yeah.
like, what do you
Science
do?
teacher.
Like, do they want one or don't they? Like, it's not like
Well,
you're going to convince somebody to buy a slot machine if they
I
don't want one.
imagine. Well, the thing. All right. So here's the thing. They want a slot machine, but your job is to sell them like that. Those branded slot machines. Like they want to get the Real Housewives slot machine, but your job is to sell them on the Property Brothers slot machine. That sort of thing. That's my take on it.
Sure.
All right. Science teacher, real job. We
Mhm.
all
Yeah,
agree.
obviously.
International brand mentor. What the? Sorry, I won't.
She's a general manager of retail. She said so in the video.
Yeah,
She said she
Oh.
managed 2 stores. She
I think
just made a
that's part of the
fancy,
problem with
stupid title.
these people are putting in like job titles, but it's not what they actually do. You know?
Okay. And also, when you say it that way, where it's like, yeah, she runs 2 targets. It's like, oh, that's a real okay. All right. Well, this game has played out because the ones that I thought were going to be fake ass jobs turned out to be real, like owning 2 targets, owning 2 Walmarts, whatever. Yeah, that's a real one.
I mean, like program coordinator is one of those things. It's like there are tons of companies that have positions named program coordinator because they don't know what the fuck else to call it, so they just write that as the
program
job title.
manager, usually. But
Yeah, and it's like they could be doing any one of 100 different things. You have no idea what they actually do day to day based on the job title.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still the one just says parent coach. So
Well, I'll be picking her for something, but not necessarily for this. Anyway, I
So
picked
Brian, who are
Mariah,
you
so-
picking for your $1 million Deadpool?
what are we on Deadpool? I'm picking Tiffany with her Mickey Mouse hair buns.
Oh,
Because in her video, she was. I'm pretty sure she's going to quit early on.
My note for Tiffany was early boot.
Yeah.
So there you go. Let me see. Who's the oldest person on here? I'm just gonna go with that.
That 47-year-old woman.
Yeah.
They're gonna go Maria. Sorry, Maria. People don't like
Parent
olds.
coach.
Maria. Let's see. What's the opposite of this one?
Yeah.
Or is it?
And if you're over 30 and you say anything that sounds the slightest bit like an order or a direction, you're fucking gone.
Yeah, exactly. It's too risky to play this game as an old. I think that's evidenced by the fact that the 47-year-old is the oldest person this season, and there's one at 41 and one at 40, and then that's it. That's old.
That's still the most olds they've had in a while.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not.
Yeah, I think there was only one over 40 last season.
Yeah, 40. I'm barely gonna class. Like I gotta see gray hair, significant gray hair, before I call them an old.
No, 40 is old. You're old. I'm old. Brian, you're getting old.
All right. So we got our $1 million Deadpool of Mariah, Tiffany, and Maria, all women. What's the over under that 1.5 of them will be in the final episode? How bad did we fuck up our Deadpool?
Oh, I don't think any of them are going to make it.
Do you think it's gonna be under?
Yeah, I'm going with under.
Confident, Brian.
Yeah, I'll go under.
I'll go over.
Yeah.
I doubt it's gonna be over. I don't believe it, but got to keep the bet alive.
Yeah,
What's the over under for the shot in the dark? I have it set at 2.5. I feel like that feels good. Brian, over under 2.5 shot in the dark played this season.
I'll say, since it's only worked once ever and they've seen last season, I'll say under.
I'm going to say they saw last season and saw, what was his name? Save himself with it.
He got voted out the next episode. It's not.
I don't care. It's not.
doesn't even do
It's not whether or not it wins you the game, Brian. It's just whether or not they play it. That's the bet. I'm gonna go over.
Yeah.
Nick.
I'm usually not a skeptic. The opposite. I'm a believer in the.
Do we even know if they're still doing it? That's what I want.
Yeah,
but
no,
I'm
I don't
gonna.
know.
I'm gonna go with under. Obviously, if they're not doing it, then this is a null bet. Like it's not like, cool. Brian and I both get 3 points. Andy, you're
we won because it was under.
But I'm gonna go with under actually.
All right. Let me type that in here. Under.
It really is. It was, they thought. I appreciate their trying stuff, but it's really worthless. Even if it works, they're just gonna get you out next time.
It is confirmed this season we'll also have shot in the dark again.
Shot in the dark, and you're to blame. You give immunity a bad name.
There's actually a song called "Shot in the Dark" that you could have gone with by Ozzy, but you ruined it.
Yeah, I didn't want to go.
First to do touchy-feely, like, I'm here for the journey, or this is such a not this is such a love, but like, I'm playing Survivor for the journey. I know I to discover myself.
Maria.
All right, fine. I'll give it to you, Maria.
Well, I don't know if it's my pick or not.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. It's fine. I'll give it to you right now.
Okay.
It's your pick. Brian, who do you got? I'll
Give
go
it
last.
to me, baby.
Fuck, I can't remember who said it in the video. They very specifically said that. I'm waiting to find out what the new whatever his name is going to be.
Tevin. I'll help you out. Here. Tevin.
Yeah, Tevin.
I quoted it in my notes. He said,
version.
"I'm excited to meet the Tevin I am after this."
Yeah, so I'm picking Tevin.
I'm not gonna make you pick somebody else just because I want Tevin, but you clearly knew who you wanted, so.
Yeah, yours. No, I was looking through the pictures. I would have found him eventually.
Well, fuck, my choices were Tevin and Maria. Who else is here for the goddamn journey?
I feel like the science teacher is probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Hunter. Is Hunter the science teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, go with Hunter. Over under Jeff hugs 1.5. Brian, you go first.
Under?
All right. I'm going to go over. Nick?
I'm just feeling skeptical this night, so I'm also going to go under.
All right.
I don't believe in anything. I'm a nihilist.
All right. How long until there's an exciting new twist? And this is not like how many days, it's the episode number. I'm going to go with 4.
Damn it.
Why. Nick, you're up.
Once again, I was like, I guess I'm thinking 4, and then you said 4. Why is
I was
everyone
hovering between 3 and 4. I must have felt your vibes coming through the internet.
Everyone's just taking everything from me, so 5.
All right. Brian?
Well, since it worked last season, I'm saying 0 again.
All right. No exciting new twist. All right, then, Brian, when are they dropping their buffs? The first time Jeff says... Actually, not the first time. Give me an episode number in which Jeff will say, drop your buffs.
They won't.
Hardcore.
No merge
4.
this year.
4? All right. Are we going to get another clock smashing? Are we with the exciting new twist and the thing at the same... All right. I'm going to go with 3. Nick?
Did my page freeze? I hear you typing, but nothing's changing.
Probably did freeze. What about you, Nick? Drop your buffs.
Oh boy, you guys got the good ones. Oh, well, that's right. That doesn't matter.
It's been happening lately. Yeah, 5 or 6 have worked too.
Also, I just remembered it's like it's any episode, not the first episode. Originally, when we did this, it was the first episode, but now it's just if it happens at all. So I'm going to go with 6.
Yeah, more points is more fun. So
Yeah.
We have the marooning bet on here still. I'm going to cross it out. There hasn't been a
Yeah, I
marooning
was
in a
gonna say,
long
can we
time.
just drop this?
I'm going to delete
Wasn't
it.
there running last time?
No.
No.
Last time?
No, it's always sweat and savvy nowadays.
Andy, was there a marooning?
Um,
I'm getting tired. Sorry.
Jesus. Okay. Is there going to be a double elimination in episode 1, including medical evacs? Nick.
Am I first? Yes.
Yes is the answer, not yes, I'm
yes.
first. Okay.
Sorry. I was asking myself if I was first, and then I remembered I am. And so I just said yes. There will be a double elimination.
Brian, double elimination, episode 1?
no.
No, I'm also going to say no. How
Damn it.
long until we see an idol? I'm going to go first on this one. I'm going to say episode. We have to see the idol. We might all know it's in the dumbass birdcage, but until somebody gets it out, it doesn't count. You have to see the idol on screen.
Well, I think somebody has to get it. I don't think if we see it matters.
Yeah.
It has to be that they're like, it's listed as one of their things because they list all of their things now as their advantages. So yeah,
and it doesn't necessarily. Let me say 2.
Does it have to be an idol, or can it be? I genuinely forget the criteria on this one. It must be an actual idol, or can it be some advantage like steal a vote?
It has to be an idol. It doesn't have to be a full hidden immunity. It can be like the idol for tonight, or idol until the merge. But it has to be an idol. It has to use the word idol, not just advantage.
Yeah, got it.
Given that information, what's your pick?
No, I forget. Oh, so it is a Deadpool. So I will go 3.
Okay, Brian.
Okay, I'm gonna go balls out. Number 1.
Oh shit, that hasn't happened in a while.
Believe.
Yeah. Because when they search in the first episode, they get voted out.
There's one here just called Deadpool. I don't know.
Why is it in there twice?
I don't know what that would have been. Let me take into the version history for a second, but I don't know what that Deadpool was.
That's the Deadpool, because so far we've done...
No, we did that already.
No, we've done Pick a Winner, Not Here to Make Friends, $1 Million Deadpool, Shot in the Dark, First a Touchy Feely, Jeff Hugger, How Long, Drop Your Butt.
You know what? When we were doing $1 Million Deadpool, I mistakenly just said who's out first.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Nick, you went first. You had chosen Mariah. Do you still want Mariah for Deadpool, or do you want for $1 Million Deadpool?
You know what? I think I'll take her.
Okay, for both. All right.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, then let me see. Let me fix this. I fucked up. It was my fault.
Yeah, you did. You
God,
piece of shit.
Damn it, Andy. Brian, who's going to be the first person to say $1 million decision, $1 million this, $1 million that? This is a $1 million immunity challenge. This is a $1 million hike, $1 million journey. This puzzle could be worth $1 million.
Well, nobody's brought up Ben yet, so.
Ben, the
you've kind of
musician, right?
But yeah.
No one's used to paying for a bet.
Yeah.
See, who's dramatic? Who's the most dramatic one?
The
I kind of want to
actor.
pick Venus for everything.
I know. I was thinking Venus too. I'm like, maybe not her again.
Who's the most dramatic? The person whose job is drama. Actor Tevin.
Sure, I'll do that. Tevin. Even though I think he's going to be first out. Not first out.
And when you... Well, this is first to say $1 million.
Yeah. No. I was going to pick him for for the touchy-feely, for the journey, blah, blah, blah.
Man, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
That's okay. We're done with the bets.
Well, no, because I'm going to take my heel turn. I'm saying it's going to be that that parent coach.
Oh, okay.
I guarantee you, she lives in Dallas. She lives in Texas. I guarantee you, there's going to be some news about her like doing something stupid to a kid.
No, because in her video, she was like, it was really hard being raised brown in Dallas. And I'm like, was it really? Because there's a hell of a lot of Mexicans in Dallas.
Yeah, but it's still Texas.
Yeah, I know.
It was bad. It was bad.
Brian, who do you have? You're on a roll with this one. This bet.
He doesn't have to take anyone. This is something you can do.
On a roll.
We have to just.
Oh, sorry, you have to do before the buff drop.
Yeah, that's all.
That's no fun. I feel like that's just like a cop out. If I actually know things about these people. I don't know. Well, this guy's 21, so we'll go with David.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
It's going to be a while until he kicks in the bucket, so.
15 years from now, he becomes a congressman from Nevada, and he votes to outlaw breathing. It's like, yeah, well, I knew it. I knew it.
I'm going to take Kenzie because she lives in Charlotte, and she's full of herself, and she's white, and thinks she's rich and beautiful.
Wow. You're also going to... Wow, we're all taking our people right off the right off the bat. Okay.
I don't know. I always take them off the bat. I don't care.
And I will say as well, I think we made 3 really good choices. I could see any and all 3 of these. And that's the other thing. Because this is a permanent bet, it could happen that they all and we all start the next season with 1 point each. Which reminds me, you get the 1 point from D now this season. You don't get it next season too.
Yeah. Everybody's horrible in their own way, so I mean, eventually all of these will be.
Yeah. All right. Well, when's the first episode? It's 2 weeks from now, right?
It's next week, my friend.
It's next week. Okay, so I got to edit this, and I got to edit the Takadoos.
Do this one first because it's on a timeline.
How am I ever going to find enough? We have timelines too. How am I ever going to find the time to do all this, watch Space Above and Beyond, and play my video games? God, why must I be so
And you're going to watch
popular?
the Avatar live action?
Yeah.
I heard
if you read my review, no, you don't.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all right. I don't need to watch it.
I have to. It's just... I don't want to watch it because I'm anxious because Avatar is one of those franchises that I don't like have my identity wrapped up in or anything that's severe, but it's meaningful to me in a way that if it's like, I don't care. I can ignore it, pretend it never existed just like the movie, but it's just that extra level of cringe.
Yeah.
The extra level of disappointment.
Well, I mean, it's got issues. It's definitely not as bad as the movie.
When I said I heard it was good, I was wrong. I was thinking of One Piece. Yeah. I heard One Piece was actually good, but I haven't watched it either because I don't care. It's fine. Like, I'm not going to be mad. I've aged out of anime. They don't really make it for me anymore. I'm good. I liked the animated Avatar. I will, but I'm like, yeah, all right. I don't see what doing that live action is adding, so I'm good.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah. All right, go watch Devil's Plan. Goodbye.
Okay.
Boop, 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 boop. I would say, give it a shot. Because,
I'm never going to watch it.
That's actually fair because I like it because it's cool watching these people who are good at games play a game that has never been played by anyone before, trying to come up with a strategy on the fly, and the hubris things that they say and do, but also like the accidents that they do that turn out to be serendipitous or whatever little thing. I just really like that. But yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed because I'm tired. Goodbye. I'll see you guys whenever I see you.
Mm-hmm. Saturday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Oh, fuck, that's tomorrow night. I don't know if we're going to play tomorrow night.
Wait, that's so weird. I thought I left the thing.
Nope.
There were 2 windows for Discord, so I hit the close window, and it's like, I'm still hearing them.
Yeah, that doesn't. You have to hang up.
I'm down to play tomorrow. I'm gonna watch the movie early in the morning, and then probably get lunch, and then I'm free pretty much all day / night.
Okay. I mean, for me,
Yeah.
it would be night, but you know.
Yeah, I'll just follow you around, lockpick, and then where I know there are traps, I'll just kind of go around and disarm the traps for you.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Although, like I said, let me get them our gloves so that I can have advantage and be like, yeah, I'm never going to fail.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Advantage, plus, if I roll a 1, I get to re-roll it. So, yeah.
All right.
All right. Goodbye for
Good night, sweet prince. You want to play some games?